Hey guys, it's Sugary Cynic, and as that hacking hello was probably a good indication of, I'm still suffering from the illness that's making me cough like Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge. But instead of hacking up blood and falling in love with Ewan McGregor, I'm doing this video in honor of my 100th post. It's going into my brain, I can't talk right anymore. But, anyway, yeah, 100th post. Kinda awesome. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm petting my pussy. Classy log remains classy. Anyway, that's why I have this hat on. In celebration. Not of my pussy, but of, 100 posts. Yes, that. Staying on target. Anyway, 100 posts may not seem like a lot to some people, but to me, I consider it a pretty big deal. And what a journey it's been. But before I can reminisce about that, I need my reminiscing hat. Sarah McLachlan's playing in my head right now. Anyway, in honor of these 100th posts, I am going to list my favorite things about one of my most favorite movies ever. The Rock. Yes, the classic action thriller from 1996, starring Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage, and Ed Harris, where Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage burst into Alcatraz and beat the living crap out of Ed Harris. And something about nuclear weapons pointed at San Francisco or something. It's not all that important. Anyway, in honor of 100, here are my top 5 reasons that I love The Rock. If I, don't die first. Reason number 1. In the very beginning of the movie, Ed Harris, as General Frank Hummel, is talking to his wife's grave, talking about how it's like, oh, Barbara, I've tried everything, all the things to try and help people care about all the Marines who've died under me, but instead the government continues to pee on their dead bodies. The thing is, when they pan to the tombstone, it says, his wife, Barbara Hummel. Like, literally. Like, okay, let's see. He calls her Barbara all the time. His last name is Hummel. Like, we can't figure that out. We can't make that leap. No. The movie's just trying to be really helpful. That's literally what it... Well, maybe not that bit. But that's literally what it says. And I don't know. Every time the movie starts, it's so serious, and it's just like, Barbara, I'm a man at the end of my rope. Well, we see this. It lets you know right away it's gonna be a fun movie. Wow. Reason number 2. The music. Holy God. Hans Zimmer does the score for this one, and it's so epic. Every time I play this movie for one of my friends, this is an example of Sean Connery's legendary awesomeness. Whenever they get to this certain part where they're chasing him through this hotel, everyone's always like, hey, that sounds like Pirates of the Caribbean! Hans Zimmer stole that music! To which I say, no, Hans Zimmer did both scores, dipshit. Also, The Rock came, what? Not quite 10, 7 years? No, wait, what? Yeah. Wait, 7, 8? 7 years earlier. I can do math. Go me. So, yeah, let's take a moment and listen to that, shall we? Isn't it great? Okay, reason number 3. The car chase scene. Holy shit. It's so cool. I mean, oh my God, it's San Francisco. Is there a better place to have a car chase? All the roads are like, woo. And Sean Connery is in a Humvee. There's this part where this, Austrian dude is like, I don't want anybody not being careful with my Humvee. If you break my Humvee, I'm gonna kill you. Sean Connery's in the background like, oh, sweet, a Humvee! Oh, wait. I need my car chase reenactment hat. Now I'm ready. And so everyone's like, oh no, what do we do? Sean Connery's in a Humvee! That's like putting Obi-Wan Kenobi in Optimus Prime. We're fucked! So, Nicolas Cage is all like, oh, well, hey, Ferrari, because they're just everywhere. Ferrari's for everyone. He gets behind the Ferrari, and he's like, and then there are police cars. So, like, and this movie was produced by Jeremy Bruckheimer, which means it's chock full of explosions. So much that not arm-waving thing. Oh, well. So, every 5 seconds, there's, like, truck full of water bottles. And then, what is it? Parking meters! Pennies, pennies, pennies! Oh, they're in my skull! And then it starts getting ridiculous. Like Nicolas Cage has to veer into, like, a building in order to miss, I shit you not, wheelchair racers! Oh, no! And then the best part is, on Sean Connery's rampage of doom in the Humvee, where he yells out to people whose cars are flipping and they're probably dead, I hope you're insured! Anyway, he slams into a trolley, and the trolley's on a crash course for danger, and everyone's screwed. And it's piloted by this, or driven, I suppose, by this really ridiculous stereotypical black guy, because it's not a Michael Bay movie unless there's a stereotypical black guy in it. And he's like, everybody abandon trolley, save yourselves! And they're like leaping, and he's like, oh, my babe! And so the trolley explodes in this fiery cataclysm of death that I don't think trolleys explode like, but it doesn't matter because it goes, kerchunk! It goes like that. And then after the excitement's over, and Nicolas Cage crashes the Ferrari, and Sean Connery gets away, because he's Sean Connery in a Humvee. Anyway, the black guy miraculously survives, and stands next to the crash, and he's like, oh, my man, he's gonna pay for this! I'm gonna stop him! That motherfucker ain't safe nowhere! Unfortunately, we don't ever see him again, because honestly, this movie is one of my favorites, but it would have been my absolute favorite if at the very end of the film, when Sean Connery's walking away, if the black trolley driver had come up and been like, I told you I was coming back for you! Fade to black. Reason number 4. Okay, this is the most quotable movie in the world. Like, seriously. There's a part where Nicolas Cage is asking for a gun, and this another stereotypical black guy, what a surprise, is like, what do you need a gun for? You're a chemical freak. And Nicolas Cage goes, actually, I'm a chemical super freak. Okay, it's kind of cheesy, but I like it. Half the shit Sean Connery says, too, is just gold. There's a part where they're in, like, the sewers of Alcatraz, and they're going in with the military, and Nicolas Cage is freaking out, and, what do you call it? Sean Connery's like, well, it's better than my average day. Reading philosophy, avoiding gang rape in the washroom, although that's not much of a problem now. Maybe I'm losing my sex appeal. Like you could ever. Then, there's a great one where he puts him in front of Ed Harris. Like everyone's getting killed and found and stuff. So in order to give Nicolas Cage more time to find all the nuclear missiles, Sean Connery turns himself over to Ed Harris. And Ed Harris is explaining his plan and being like, the tree of freedom must be fed with the blood of innocent people or some shit. It's a quote, I don't know. And then Sean Connery quotes Oscar Wilde, and it's like, patriotism is a virtue of the vicious, according to Oscar Wilde. And then he gets clunked on the head, and he's like, thank you for proving my point. He's that cool. And then during that same scene, he's trying to convince Ed Harris that what he's doing is completely fucking loco, and he's like, this isn't an act of warfare. It's an act of sheer lunacy, and it's very dramatic and stuff. And then he says, but personally, I just think you're a fucking idiot. It's the best. But hands down, the best quote, which is my favorite quote in a movie ever. Forget, here's looking at you, kid. Screw you had me at hello. This is as good as it gets. They're getting ready to go. This is the final assault. He looks at Nicolas Cage and says, are you sure you're ready for this? Nicolas Cage says, I'll do my best. And he says, your best? Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. Really? Shh. Dude, it does not get better than that. Reason number 5. What, like, you need more? For God's sakes, it's Sean Connery in his heyday of awesome, Nicolas Cage when he still had hair and wasn't a laughingstock yet, Ed Harris, just period, Ed Harris, Jerry Bruckheimer, master of... and is probably the only good movie Michael Bay has ever done that's not Bad Boys. For God's sake, what more do you need, people? It's like the greatest movie. Well, okay, I say that pretty subjectively. But it's still really good. Anyway, this has been my top 5 reasons, well, top 4 reasons and one brief screamy moment, of why The Rock is one of my favorite movies.